Okay, we're back. We were working on the body a little bit. What we want to do is we want to take off all those knife marks we were working in the front here. But we also have something here to do too. We have to put in his little hips here. So from up here, from the top here of his foot, we're going to just put a little hip in here. Alright, and try to get that the same distance, which will be here. Then its tail needs to come around a little bit, so we need to do that as well. In fact, why don't we bring his hip up a little higher? He is a bigger animal, so we'll just bring this up a little higher. Alright. So what do we do for the hip? Pretty simple. It's not a difficult. I'm just going to spray it. Just makes life a little easier. And we have his tail drawn in there, so we'll take that out as well soon. But let's do this portion first. So what this is just a stop cut, alright, or an angled cut. You're just going to go back up and you're just going to start chopping this out. Now of course this needs to come out just a little bit more. You know, your deepest part is going to be by the foot, or the hoof, or whatever you want to call it. Alright. And the same thing here. We're going to just do a cut down to the foot. It's up and around. Alright. Going to round this off a little bit. This is where his tail is, so we're going to put a little notch there. Alright, we're just going to notch up to that tail. There. Perfect. So. And go in here and just kind of try not to tear things out if you can help it. I know it's a temptation to, like I just did there, it's a temptation to pull on it to free it up. But let the knife do the work, okay? And if it doesn't free up, you just go back over here and you just kind of chop it out. Now, I'm just going to redefine that belly a little bit here. I'm going to take this out a bit further anyway, so let's take this out. Okay. So that's kind of his belly going, so this needs to come down a little further. It goes underneath everything, so perfect. That's what we want this to go underneath. Yeah. You can recut up around his hoof here. Bring this down a little bit more. Okay, see how that looks? It's come along just fine. Alright. Now this, I'm going to just scoop this out a little bit around this. I'm trying to get a little bit more of a back on him, so this needs to come down just a little bit. Alright. Just a little bit. And this is going to scoop that a little further. Get a long slanky thing, and you're going to see that you're going to keep thinning his neck out, because that's the real distinction on, of course, the giraffe is his neck. So There you go. He's looking good. He's coming along. So we did that side. Let's go back over here and cut this down a little bit more. And this has to be cut back a little further. His hoof cleaned up a little bit more. There we go. Now we're going to redefine his hip area here a little bit more again. Go from this side. Alright, looks good. Trim this down just a little bit. He's got nice shoulders on him. Alright, so it's looking pretty good. His feet are pretty well done. And the next thing we got to do is just outline his tail a little bit. So let's turn this around here. So what we're going to do for his tail is pretty simple. It's not real difficult. Go in here. We're just going to follow this little design I have here. Okay, just follow this out. Alright, just follow it all the way out. I have the knife tilted a little bit towards away from the giraffe. Alright, that's more like a V cut. I get done. You can use a parting tool if you want. That's up to you. You can use whatever tools more convenient for you. When you wet these things, though, if you use that solution that I gave you, the rubbing alcohol and water, it can be kind of difficult to see your line when you cut it because the wood will swell on you. So let me do this back here for a second because I just have a little bit better lighting back here. I just trim this out. Try to be quick about it, but I want to also be careful doing this. And if you want things to look deeper than they are, you just go back and recut that area over again with a little bit more depth. Okay, there we go. There's his tail. And I'm just going to start rounding that little tail out a little bit. Alright. And of course we're going to put a little notch here because they have this little... take a V-tool in here in a little bit. And I need to get rid of anything that looks rough from the original block. It's not going to look right when you go to paint it. I can't emphasize that enough. Alright, we'll be right back.